Hi Scorpio, welcome to your weekly tarot reading. I'm going to shuffle and get you an additional guidance card before I pull your reading for the week. So give me a minute. Oh, got the soulmates card, okay? So it's pretty clear that relationships are going to be the theme of the week. Soulmates come in many shapes or forms. Sometimes soulmates show up as our most challenging situations, and sometimes they show up as our most blessed situations, really, to tell you the truth. But there's definitely a theme of love going on for you, and that includes the many shapes and forms that love takes, okay? So I'll clarify when I look at the rest of your reading, Scorpio, what that means. So please give me straight cut messages for the sign of Scorpio, please, for the week ahead. Okay, so Page of Pentacles behind you, Knight of Cups as the gift back to your soulmate energies. For some of you, there's some sort of offer coming your way, some sort of declaration. The challenge is the Seven of Swords, okay? The Page of Cups as how other people are showing up for you. There's going to be a lot of emotional expression coming your way. That challenge is quite interesting because the Seven of Swords is a right shadow card for me. Give me a minute and I'll clarify. The Three of Cups right under the Knight of Cups. Eight of Wands. Okay, so there's an awful lot of celebration. You've got no major arcanas this week, Scorpio, and I love weeks when you get no major arcanas because it means you're dealing with the flow of everyday life, okay? You have got two pages. The pages are all, the pages carry the aces, so they bring it forward into action. That's an interesting, I want to know why the Seven of Swords is your challenge. Please tell me why the Seven of Swords is a challenge. Because some of you are still looking behind you. Give me a minute. The King of Wands has appeared. Give me a minute, guys. And I'll pick one more card and I'll do your reading. Why is this a challenge? Because there's so much expression here. And the Seven of Swords is a card about not expressing yourself. It's a shadowy card. One more card. Four of Swords, okay? So what's behind you is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles quite often carries news about some sort of, it can be about a new job, new opportunities, new business projects. So the page wants to bring something into form, and it's definitely to do with Pentacles, okay? It can be a young earth sign person, but so it might be, but I'm thinking back about the readings that you've had for a little while, and I can't help feeling this might be about some new job opportunity, some new potential. And you know what, Scorpio, it's when we follow these potentials that even the ones that feel absolutely crazy, we don't find the why to afterwards. So this Page of Pentacles might be bringing some sort of new opportunity for you, which is fantastic because love this guy, okay? Now, the Knight of Cups is showing up as the gift, and the Page of Cups is how other people are showing up for you. So there's definitely messages of love here coming through. Because it's only a page, the page doesn't, you know, there's different ways to read the page. For some people, this is a relationship that's been going on for a while, but it's got back to its initial infatuation, sort of state of innocence, okay? Or for some of you, this is offers of love coming your way because the Knight of Cups is a central issue. Again, all the knights move quite fast, apart from the Knight of Pentacles, okay? All the knights move fast. This is change. in your relationship dynamics, okay? Some of you might be headed off towards someone. I'm not seeing any news about you walking away from anyone. Although I'm a little bit intrigued by this challenge, because the first one is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords, again, it's notoriously called, it's got a sort of sneaky reputation, the Seven of Swords, okay? Because sometimes it can represent, shall I go back, shall I go forward? It's very much a gateway card, but when you're reading the cards in the highest meaning, really, what this represents is overthinking something, because it's your thoughts that are robbing you of. So maybe there's this brand new joyful and celebration around your emotions, but your thoughts of the past, your thoughts, you know, those parts of us that haven't fully processed the past take control. That really is the highest meaning of the Seven of Swords, okay? There might be a few of you, I have to say it, that is leaving one situation in order to go forward to a new one. That might just be for a few of you, but you're still a little bit in that gateway, okay? Because the King of Wands here is also the challenge. So there's definitely maybe a few of you watching that are going forward on new relationship opportunities here, but you've not completely finished one, okay? The King of Wands might be a fire sign person. It might be about being extremely attracted to someone, because the King of Wands is looking right at the Knight of Cups around this emotional offer. Some of you might be unsure about accepting it. Some of you might be even unsure about pursuing this new desire, because the Four of Swords is here, okay? The Four of Swords is someone who's exhausted and a little bit needing to rest. So there's quite a lot of different multiple stories here, but the biggest image that I'm getting is these. There's new offers of love coming. There's no way around it, okay? And the challenge again might be you're still looking over your shoulder at the past. Maybe there's been someone in your past. Well, actually, everyone's got someone in their past that makes them into Seven of Swords energy. Is this trustworthy? Is this worth pursuing? Yeah, definitely. Or, you know, some of you, the challenge is you're still sort of separate from someone, and then the Eight of Wands is the outcome would be you travelling, okay? So coming back together again. Now the central issue under the Knight of Cups is the Three of Cups. So this is an awful lot of emotional joy here. These people fly because they've released the burdens that once held them back, which is the Seven of Swords, guys, okay? So things that have happened to you in the past that make love, you know, when love comes into our lives, and this is the stories in our head, always based on the past because it's such a shadowy energy, and it's generally, these are our challenges that we need to work through, and when we work through them, we become light, okay? We become freer, we become more self-expressive, we become more joyful, and that is the central issue. And if you think about it, it's the past that weighs us down, and when we begin to work with those Seven of Swords, which could be anything, it could be the 7 stories, themes in our head that keep us away from saying yes to life. If this was my reading, Scorpio, I'd say yes to this. Your outcome, it's the Eight of Wands, so some of you could be travelling. Again, there's an awful lot of communication. Can be Cupid's arrows, a lot of backwards and forwards communication. So what's the Eight of Wands about, please? Okay, the Emperor. Taking charge. The Emperor has got definitely a very shadow energy. In his shadow energy, very, very emotionally resistant, not very self-expressive, okay? But in his strength, he takes charge of his destiny. And I'm assuming this is you saying yes to life and working through, because when the Seven of Swords shows up with the King of Wands, the King of Wands is a very, very highly, very highly sexual energy. And sometimes that just represents relationships in the past that we thought were going to go one way, but when we looked at them, they were much more shadowy, and the memory lingers on, and maybe there's a little bit of purification around this stuff required. So you can take charge and say yes to love, because especially with that soulmate, yeah, look, I just asked for another card and you got the Ten of Cups. So as we go through life chapters, we go through storms, yeah? And then when we get to cards like this, we understand the why, because this is the rainbow after the storm. So you begin to understand and synthesize why you had to be in the Seven of Swords in the first place. And as we begin to work through those swords, which can be about betrayal, trickery, with that King of Wands, quite intense energy really, we begin to transform it, and then we become lighter. We begin to say yes to love, and then we find out the why. We find out, oh, this is why I had to go through a situation like the Seven of Swords. And when you get to that point, really, I mean, there's not much more to be said. There's definitely a weak Scorpio about beginning to drop the energy that maybe your wounds that you've carried forward with you. And they're probably going to be around trust, betrayal, abandonment, abuse, okay? Any of those Seven of Swords. And I think it might be a week for you of putting those swords down and walking through that gateway so you can get here. And really only us can do that for us. Quite a challenge, but totally worth it. And it's when we meet our challenges and go for it, and that's when really things begin to change for us, and we become this beautiful page again, sort of very open to love's vibrations, and not resisting it and putting up walls against it. Again, because of that Page of Pentacles, some of you might be having a new job offer as well. And Eight of Wands with the Emperor is about news of a job coming through. So you feel very much in charge of your destiny, that you're the one that's in charge of your soulship. Because Scorpio, you always need to be in charge of your soulship. And sometimes our problem starts when we give up control of our soulship. Very interesting. Oh my gosh. And I've just turned the cards and you've got the World here. Absolutely, guys. Come on. Go for it. The World is the whole ending of a cycle. It's the ending of one karmic chapter. Then we begin again in the Fool card. At the zero, and to get to the zero means those Seven of Swords have to be put down and laid to rest in the proper way, so they don't come back up and bite us in the ass, but they're laid down and completed, and then we get to enter into new chapters and we get to love again. Okay, I think you might have just quite have had the reading of the week, Scorpio. Okay, loads of love. Bye.